What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and Panther obligations. And guys, happy Tuesday to all of y'all. Hope you are having a great day. Hope everything's going smooth for you. Honestly, I just hope that you're doing your best, man. I truly care about y'all, and I hope that everything's going smooth. If you're, going through a lot of rain, weather-wise, hope the weather's good. Honestly, thoughts to out. If you're a Panthers fan and you're living in Texas right now, going through all the flash flooding, my thoughts and prayers go out to you, man. Hope everybody's safe down there. But we're going to get into today's docket, guys. Few things that have crossed the list and have crossed my mind, man, and I just want to talk to y'all about it. And the first one could be the question of, do the Carolina Panthers have this year's Rookie of the Year?
Nani?
Now, that's a good question. You might be wondering who, potentially, but according to Bleacher Report's Kurt Benkert, the Panthers may have the Rookie of the Year on their squad, and the Rookie of the Year would be none other than our very own first-round draft pick this year in Tedero McMillan. And the reason being is Benkert released a video on Bleacher Report just showcasing his top 5 predictions for the Rookie of the Year race, basically who he thinks are the top 5 most viable candidates to win Rookie of the Year. And T-Mac was 5th on that list. Here's what he had to say. Benkert says, let's start with number 5 on the list, Tet McMillan. He says Tet. I'm not saying Tet because I know and y'all have informed me that T-Mac hates that name. So please do not think this is me saying it. I am just reading the quote because I know how y'all can get sometimes. But he says, let's start with number 5 on the list, Tet McMillan. We're talking about offense here. And if you do recall, the Panthers ended the season pretty solid. Bryce Young started catching his footing a bit, but they had a receiving room that was full of a bunch of old guys and some young guys that were unproven and didn't bring a lot of juice. Now they go get Tet McMillan in the first round, and he's a guy that can explode when he needs to. He can settle in his zone when he needs to. He knows how to read a defense, and he's got the speed that once he opens up, he's hard to catch. He's a big dude. He's fast. He's got big hands. He's the prototypical wide receiver that the Panthers needed for a guy like Bryce Young. I think they're going to have him be a focal point in some way, and I think he can be a sneaky flyer for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, Kurt. I see you, boy. Appreciate you acknowledging this about the boy T-Mac. But honestly, I really do believe that T-Mac can win Rookie of the Year. I 1,000% believe that. I believed Xavier Legette had the potential to win Rookie of the Year last year, especially the way he started. I do. And so I would love if T-Mac goes out and wins Rookie of the Year. Shoot. He'd be our first Rookie of the Year win since what? Christian? Did Christian win his Rookie Year? If not Christian, it would be Cam. Honestly. Maybe Luke if we're counting Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, because Luke came after Cam. So it'd be one of those 3. I would love to see T-Mac win that award. Now, I want him to get the touches. Obviously, I want him to get the targets and the passes towards his way, but I don't want to force it, if y'all know what I mean. I love the idea of wide receiver by committee. I love a wide receiver group by committee here, and that is my preferred method. If we have multiple wide receivers that are an issue, that pose a threat, I think that makes every wide receiver we have dangerous, because then you cannot just pinpoint and dial in and focus on one person. Shoot, we've seen it in Tampa Bay with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and all them boys. They are a wide receiver by committee. Yes, Mike Evans is that number 1, but Chris Godwin ain't no slouch. The rest of that receiving core ain't no slouch. Even the running backs over there in the receiving game ain't no slouch. They do wide receiver by committee. And I think that can be done when you have T-Mac, Thielen, XL, Coker, Jimmy Horn Jr., Hunter Renfrow. That's my 6 I'm selecting. You have those 6, you can do wide receiver by committee, and everybody poses a threat and everybody poses a problem. I am 1,000% with it, but also we got to throw T-Mac the ball, man. We do got to throw him the ball. You didn't draft him not to throw him the ball. Let's be honest. You did not draft this man not to throw him the ball. So, Dave, don't be afraid to dial it up and throw it up to him, man. Especially being in the back of the end zone. Hey, just back pylon, go get it. I'm just saying, bro. It makes sense. It makes sense. But I do like that. I appreciate Kurt acknowledging that about T-Mac, and hopefully it does come to fruition. Next on the docket, man, our own QB1 opened up about his mental health. And this was let me go ahead and put this disclaimer. If this is going to be a sensitive subject and this is something not for you, or this is going to trigger you in any way, Panther Nation, I love you. If this is going to trigger you in any way, shape, or form, please, viewer discretion is advised. You can mute me. You can wait until probably you see the third talking point come up here. I just want to let that be known now, because I know this can be a sensitive subject. But Bryce Young opened up about his own mental health journey, especially after 2024. We all know it was a roller coaster of a year for Bryce, from the lowest of lows to ending on some of the highest of highs. And going into 2025, he's hoping the way that year ended, it just continues to flourish and it continues to honestly just develop and grow, and he can take that and run on the next steps. But he talked about it in a recent interview in full about what his mental health journey is like, his support system, and what he views it as going forward, because it's become one of his key aspects that he's focusing on for himself as a young man in his career. Bryce says this, in terms of everything that happened last year and whatnot. He's like, I leaned on family, friends, and people that I could trust to help me go through it. But there's also been times where I've been in a good place in my life professionally. Mental balance affects everything from a 9-to-5 job to a relationship with a significant other. If you're not okay, you can't be the person you need to be for other people. With my position, I want to make sure I'm at my best mentally so I can be the quarterback, the leader, and make clear decisions. I need to be able to handle that, but all aspects of my life. I'm trying to control what I can control, and that's the same whether you're expected to do well or expected to do poorly. I'm just trying to be the best version of myself for the team and do everything I can for us so that we can accomplish our goals. And Bryce, listen, you're 1,000% correct. You're 1,000% right. I don't know why I tried to say correct and it didn't come out. But I'm glad you spoke on that, man. And I commend you for speaking up on it. It's become a more prevalent thing that people will speak on, but there's still a stigma about mental health, especially within the black and minority communities. There's a stigma about it at times, man. We don't want to address it, but we have to address it. We have to speak on it. Mental health is a serious business. I'll let y'all know. I have struggled with it. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And in those moments, we all need help, and we all can't be afraid to speak up and say something. You may not always have to go to a therapist. You go to a chaplain, your best friend who won't judge you. You might be able to go to your sibling. Shoot, sometimes you can channel it into different ways of art. One way I help with my mental health was honestly YouTube. Like, genuinely, I started making a lot of YouTube videos and things like that, and it helped channel my brain and do things and get out everything that was going on in my head. But at the end of the day, your mental health is really important, Panther Nation. I cannot stress that enough. I love all of y'all. And if you're going through something, if you're going through hardships mentally, you can't find a job, you don't know how you're going to pay your light bills, you're going through a rough relationship, you just are fed up at work. You're not getting acknowledged at work. You're not even getting acknowledged by your significant other. You're just tired. You're beat down. You're worn out. You're exhausted. You might be a single parent. You might be You might be a married couple watching this video. You just might be single in college, bro, trying to make it through the next term paper, whatever it is, and you are mentally exhausted. It is okay. It is okay to not be okay. You are loved. I love you. I want to let you know that you have a space here. And I hope you're not afraid to go get the help. Don't let anybody, I don't care who it is, don't let anybody make you feel bad because you need to take a second. Don't let anybody make you feel bad because you have to take a second to mentally regroup so you can be the best version of yourself. Anybody, if you have a boss, a friend, a coworker, colleague, whoever, who tries to gaslight you into making you feel bad and doing that, hit them with a little sweet chin music and kick their teeth down their throat. Now, I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just saying that's a good solution from what I've heard. But I do just want y'all, honestly, take care of your mental health, man. Really take care of it. Because Lord knows, you don't take care of that, it can become a sickness. Next thing you know, you're getting sick. You, for reasons unknown, you're stressed out, hair is falling out. You don't want that. You really don't want that. But I know that can be a sensitive subject. However, I did want to address it, and I'm so glad that our QB1 is addressing that. And to me, as a leader, that also shows him taking the boat and showing everybody in the organization that, hey, I struggle with this. It's okay if you struggle with it too, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to get through it together. And we're going to find a way to keep pounding. So, Bryce, hey, you're getting applause from my book for that one, my boy. And then last one on the docket today, man, made me happy to see this. But some underrated big cats make the top 12, bro. And what I mean by that, so Pro Football Focus put out a ranking of the best offensive lines around the league. Honestly, just ranking all the offensive lines around the league. And guys, our boys got ranked in the top 12. So this is what they had to say about our offensive line. They said draft picks and free agent acquisitions paid off for the Panthers in 2024, with arguably the NFL's worst offensive line becoming a top 10 unit. If right guard Robert Hunt can find his old form, he will pair with Damian Lewis to be one of the best guard duos in the NFL. The same can be said about Carolina's tackles. The team will need left tackle Ikem Ekwonu to step forward in his fourth season after he earned a career-high 71.7 PFF overall grade in 2024, which ranked just 36th at the position. And if y'all want to know, we were ranked 11th. Our offensive line was ranked as the 11th best offensive line in the league, man. Shout out to the big dogs up front. Shout out to the big boys, man. They don't get enough love. They really don't. And to me, guys, that bodes really, really well for us, because think about it this way. We have an 11th ranked offensive line, potentially top 10. You have a top 5 running back duo in Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. A revitalized QB1 in Bryce Young, who towards the end of the season was playing like one of the best QBs in the league. And if he's playing like that to start 2025, hey, potential, not going to speak too much, potential Pro Bowl. If he plays, if Bryce plays the way he did at the end of 2024, all 2025, that's a Pro Bowl quarterback. Throw all of that together, and if our wide receiver room takes the step forward we expect, man, I'm going to let you know now. This is exactly what we're about to do to a lot of defenses with that offense. Oh! BTA, man. We about to be out here if everything just continues to flourish and we keep pounding in the right direction. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But shout out to our O-line. Shout out to the big boys. Shout out to everybody holding it down and making sure that we have great running lanes, we have great pass protection, and overall making the offense flow. Without the offensive line, we ain't got nothing, bro. We ain't got nothing. Offensive line is the most important thing on the offense because you ain't got nobody blocking and protecting. You ain't got no running game. You ain't got no passing game. Point blank, period. But let's go ahead and get into our last segment, which I know y'all love so much. It is time for Panther Nation to speak their truth. All right, man. So let's go. First comment today comes up from Gavin Van Oat, 2528. My man said we should have kept Clowney for one more year for depth and mentorship, then released him next season. I can see that. I know a lot of y'all were saying we should have kept Clowney, X, Y, and Z. I can see keeping him for a year and doing that. I'm still personally not with it, but I see what you're getting at. To me, and I saw somebody else make this comment. It also depends on if Clowney bought in. If Clowney was trying to be that mentor for the next group, or if he was still trying to be like, nah, I ain't mentoring nobody. I'm still trying to get my own, I'm trying to get my check and I'm trying to be a starter in X, Y, and Z. And it's like, Clowney, you're not the old you. You know what I mean? But I can see where you're going with that one, Gavin. I get where you're going at. Next one comes from Jason Smith, 4959. My man says, last year's sack leader is available out of Cincinnati. Blackman is rumored to sign before training camp to help secondary. Panthers really need that elite edge rusher from the Bengals. I'm going to say this to you, bro. We ain't getting Trey Hendrickson. And if we do get Trey Hendrickson, it is going to cost a pretty arm and a penny. And I am not in the business of giving up a pretty arm and a penny to get another player. Not right now. I love Trey Hendrickson. The dude is a monster. But in order for Panthers to get him, they are going to have to give up a good amount of assets to do it. Also, that man's contract is expensive. We've talked about this. Like, money-wise, oof. That is going to be a hard hit, bro. So, I get where you're going at it. I get why getting the sack leader makes sense. But, man, that just ain't happening in my eyes. And then lastly, comes from Dr. Mike 2. Says, I'm standing on business. Your content is too good for loud, silly sound effects. Keep up the good work. Mike, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Do you like the sound effects or you just don't like the sound effects, my boy? Like, which is it? Which is it, man? But either way, man, I greatly appreciate the love. Thank you for that, Mike. Hey, my boy. Shout outs to you. Hope you're holding it down. Hope you're having a great day. But, guys, that's all I have for today's episode. So, hey, man, if you like this episode, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can always be notified of when these videos are dropping. Next, comment below and let me know. Do you think T-Mac can win Rookie of the Year? 2, how do you feel about Bryce Young opening up about his mental health? And do you think that's the marks of a good leader and that's going to bode well for Bryce going into the next season? And 3, do you think our O-line should have been ranked higher or lower in terms of where they rank in the NFL as best O-line? Remember, we were ranked 11th. So, do you think we should be higher than 11th? 11th is exactly where we need to be, or we should be lower. Let me know all that in the comment section below, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Much love to all you Panther Nation. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.